Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the channel. So this is Talk Live, second episode of Talk Live today. So let's go straight into it. Man City choke again. They choke again. Match day reaction. They choke again. Choke, basically just choking again. At home, they drop points to Brighton. Thankfully, I'm happy. I'm happy as a Chelsea fan because for me, I have my own reasons. I don't think Chelsea can actually, get the win or even the point needed against Arsenal. But overall, Man City they choked big time. They took the lead via penalty from Erling Haaland, and then Brighton equalized. They equalized. Brighton equalized from Estupinian, and then Mamouche, wonderful goal. Though they say Goodison got the assist, yeah, because he made the decision to pass the ball onto him. Nothing too spectacular, but Mamouche's goal was an absolute wonderful strike. So for me, beautiful goal from him. And then again, we're thinking, oh, Man City would, take advantage of, getting ahead again and build momentum and going into the game and winning it from there. But what happened? They ended up dropping points, losing again. A corner. Initially, the goal was given to Hinshaw Wood, but was awarded, to Abdulkader. So for me, I think Man City are just having a very poor season. It's one of those things I think is probably written in the stars that they've been so dominant that they are due a poor season. That's what I just think it is. I know that the players are not good enough. I know that definitely not that Pep Guardiola isn't good enough, but I just think this season has been just one of those type of seasons, just a poor season, by the standards. And I think it's a hangover from winning the treble, in my opinion, because sometimes you win and then when you look ahead, there's nothing more for you to win. You lose ambition. That's why sometimes it always pays to replenish the squad. It pays to replenish the squad, in my opinion. So when you win, and just to give the players that kick up the backside, you sign some new players. That the players know that if I don't perform, this player is going to take my spot. So they they begin to play well, they get that motivation in their spirit because players are naturally competitive players. But when you take away that competition from them, i.e., there's nothing else to achieve anymore, seemingly, there's nobody coming to take my spot. So why should I really push that much? So I think that's one of the reasons why Man City are having such a torrid season so far. So, but for me, I'm happy. So no matter what happens this weekend, Chelsea will remain in the top four, and Brighton they remain seventh. So the only way they would have gotten out of seventh spot was if they had won. Then they would have then gone behind Chelsea. But the game ended in a draw. Haaland got the penalty, and I don't think he did much else, outside of converting that penalty. Not taking it away from a penalty goal because some people just want to dislike players, just want to disregard players, disrespect players that they feel because those players are not their players, so they just want to belittle everything that player does. Penalty goals count equal. They count equal as they count equal to a goal where you've dribbled the entire field and scored a goal. Is still counted as a goal, obviously. So for me, they've choked on it and it's good. Chelsea now are in top four for this week. And you have, would I say, easier games? Or at least games that are not as difficult as Man City, as playing Arsenal, as playing Man City. That's a good thing. You've played Man City home and away, so that's done. After the game tomorrow, you would have played Arsenal home and away. So I think Chelsea should be in good nick, especially if Enzo Maresca keeps things the way, keeps them simple and doesn't overcomplicate things with this inverted thing. If you can revert to, to things that suit the players on the pitch, but not talking about Chelsea today. And then so Nottingham Forest, bliss, absolute bliss past Ipswich Town. So looking at that game, you're asking yourself, how did Chelsea lose to Ipswich Town? Nottingham Forest smashed Ipswich Town 3-0 in the first half. First half, you're already 3-0 up. So you're wondering, what's going on here, what's happening here. They're already 3 goals up. So for me, I think Nottingham Forest, they are the form, they are the surprise of this Premier League season. They are the form side in the Premier League this season. And I maintain, I said it during my live reaction and updates. I said this: if Nottingham Forest finish in the top 4 spot, then for certain, 100%, Nuno Espirito should be the manager of the year. I don't care if Arne Slot wins in the league, as it seems he will do with Liverpool, because Liverpool, you kind of expect them to be, in and around a title race, in and around top 4 challenge. You have Van Dijk, you have a Mo Salah, you kind of have a chance, to compete for the top honors, at least domestically. But for Nottingham Forest, no one saw this coming. No one could have possibly anticipated this, in my opinion. So for me, I think he should be the manager of the season. As long as they don't fall off and they finish in that top 4 spot, they are a point off of, Arsenal. And I don't know if Chelsea can maybe do them a favor by winning against Arsenal. Who knows? Fingers crossed. Let's see what happens with that one. And then you had the game between Southampton. So for me, Southampton, they're gone. Say goodbye to them. They are gone. They lost 2-1 at home to Wolverhampton, and Strand Larsen got both goals. I think, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, he got both goals. So for me, I think Southampton are well and truly gone. I think they should hire Martin Russell, or Russell Martin, hire him again and sack him. Hire him again and sack him. And do that for 10 times, because he is responsible for putting them leaving them in the state they are in at this minute. So, because just like modern managers don't want to change anything, they don't want to do anything, they don't want to adapt their style, their formation to face the challenges that they are facing. They have this utopic, if that's even a word, they have this utopia in their head where we must play this particular way and we're going to win this particular way. Even if the team we are playing against is way better than we are just going to play this particular way. And for me, that just doesn't cut it. If you're a manager, you should be look for ways to win, to react to the opposition's tactics, to find a way to help your team win games, as opposed to, allowing your team, just watch your team lose games. So for me, Southampton, they're gone. They're 9 points. Paul Onuachu got the goal. So from a Nigerian perspective, happy days. He got the goal. That's a good one. Happy for him. Get on the score sheet, Nigerian strikers can't seem to stop scoring. So I'm happy for him in that regard. But from a Southampton perspective, nah. Russell Martin hasn't done him any favors. This new coach, he will try his best, but I think he would still be relegated alongside Southampton, in my opinion. And then the next game we look at is, of course, Ipswich Town. I just talked about, where they absolutely blitz past Ipswich Town. I think what happened in that game is that at some point Nottingham Forest took their foot off the pedal. They took their foot off the gas, because first half they blitzed Ipswich Town 3-0. Elanga getting 2 goals, and Nikola Milenkovic getting the third goal. He got the first goal. Antonio Elanga got the second and third goals. And then it's almost like they took their foot off the gas, and then you had a goal. You had goals scored by George Hurst to make it 3-1, and then Jota Silva got the fourth goal, for Nottingham Forest, and then George Hurst again got the second goal for Ipswich Town to end, the game at 2 goals to 4, 4 goals to 2. Anyways, advantage Nottingham Forest. So for me, I think that's it for That's it for Ipswich Town. They as well as strong contenders, not as certain as Wolverhampton, not as certain as Southampton anyway, but I still think they are pretty close to saying sayonara to the Premier League and jumping into the arms of the Championship. The way I see it, that's just my opinion. I don't know if anything different will happen. And then Everton, West Ham United. For me, this was a slow burn. In my opinion, it was a slow burn. Um, Everton won. West Ham won. Aaron Bissaka got the opener for West Ham, and then Everton left it. I mean, Thomas Suchek, sorry, got the goal for West Ham, and Everton left it really, really, really late. Really, really late, and they got their equalizer. I think that's what the game sort of deserved. The game deserved to be a draw. It didn't look like a game where um, anybody deserved the win, in my opinion. Yeah. So the game ended in the draw. So the game ended in the draw. So Jacob O'Brien got the goal for Everton. So 1-1. That game, like I said, deserved to be a draw. No one actually deserved to win it. And I think if I had actually sat down and watched that game, probably I would have gotten a serious migraine, because I think the way the game felt, it felt like too touchy, too slow, too pedestrian, in my opinion. But for the fans, probably you're happy you get the points, you don't lose, and you still live to fight another day, figuratively speaking. So fine. But for me, from my own standpoint, just like for me as well, Arsenal Chelsea game, I'm hoping it ends in the draw. I can just take 1 point and move along and move on to the next. But this game ended 1-1. So that's it. And let's see what that means for the table overall. So Liverpool still remain first, and they're going to win the league, obviously. Arsenal in second. That 4-2 win by Nottingham Forest sees them rise, rise into still remain third, but rise toward within 1 point of Arsenal. And Chelsea remain fourth, thanks to Brighton. Come on, you Seagulls. So 1 point, and then Manchester City still sit pretty in fifth. And as it sits now, so if it turns out that 5 teams from England will be going to the Premier League, so Man City will have found a way to sneak into the Premier League, into the Champions League for next season. So this remain as the Newcastle haven't played, so they're still 6. Brighton is 7. So the draw really didn't make any difference for them. So lose or draw, they would have still remained, 7th. They would have still remained 7th anyways. Bournemouth in their game will be coming up very soon. I think it should have started by now. And then Aston Villa, for now, they sit on level on games with Brighton. They sit, 9th on the table. So that's it for them. And then let's see what the results have meant for this other team. And Manchester United, I know they haven't played, and the games don't concern them, but I just like to say they're 15th on the table. Yes, 15th on the table. And then we've got West Ham United. They left 16th after the draw with Everton. Everton are 4th on the table. Obviously played one more game than Manchester United. They're level on points, just slightly, and they even have better goal difference than Manchester United. Who knew? And then Ipswich Town, the loss doesn't really do them any disservice. Like, it doesn't really push them any further down the table. They still smack on 18th with 17 points, 9 games played. Leicester City with 8 games played still smack on 17 points as well. And then Southampton were rocking the bottom of the table. They are on 9 points. 9 points. I think that Derby County team, how many points did they finish on? The record-breaking Derby County team. I think I'll just check now. 9 points. I think. Let me just see. The record-breaking Brighton team. Derby County team. Derby County team was 3, 2, 7, 2, 8. So what was their points total? Yeah, let's see. Finish with a record low points of 11 points. So right now, they are, I think that should be 5 points. No. That should be 2 points behind or less than the Derby County team, which for me is the worst Premier League team, is the worst team in Premier League history. So not to worry, Southampton fans, you guys are right on course to beat Derby County to get one on Derby County as the worst team in Premier League history. So don't worry, just keep at it, keep going, keep playing out from the back. Even if you have 10 people pressuring in the box, keep doing it that way, and you will get to where you need to be. You finish on 9 points, and that will be record breaking. At least you can say to people that we broke the record. Records are indeed meant to be broken. And you can say we broke the record held by Derby County. Now we can hold it and we can take it down with us to the championship. So that's how the games for this weekend have panned out. So tomorrow I'll be doing a watch along to the Chelsea game, and hopefully the first one Chelsea actually wins. Against Arsenal, maybe at least no victor, no vanquish, come up with a draw, or at least come up with a point from that game, and we all go home happy. So those are the games the way I've seen it. So what are your thoughts and opinions on the various matches that have been played so far this week? What are your thoughts about Manchester City? Do you think they can break into the top four? Do you think many changes are going to be made to them? Do they need any major changes, or you just get their minds reworked, get their minds retooled, get them into some, therapy, talk to a therapist, and get their minds rejigged, refreshed, and coming next season? So obviously Pep Guardiola, I don't think will be going anywhere. He shouldn't even be going anywhere. Any talk of sacking Pep Guardiola will just be silly talk, in my own opinion. And Ipswich Town, they're going down. I don't think they can survive. They are gone. So would you be taking Liam Delap? If you're an Arsenal fan, would you take Liam Delap? If you're a Chelsea fan, would you take Liam Delap? Would you take him, or do you think he's not up to the level yet? For me, I don't think he's up to the level yet. I don't think he's up to it. He's been decent. He scored 10 goals this season, but he isn't up to the level yet where he will face that pressure where you're playing for Champions League, Champions League berth, or Europa League berth, or a Premier League title challenge. I don't think he can actually, be in such a team yet. Because when you're playing in such teams, you don't have the luxury of, we are going to attack them so high, and you have an enormous space in behind for you to attack. When you're playing for a Chelsea, Arsenal, you have that pressure. So I don't think, he can cut it. Now, speaking about Nottingham Forest, Nottingham Forest fans, please look away. Would you take any player from Nottingham Forest? Whether you're a Chelsea fan, you're an Arsenal fan, you're a Liverpool fan, even with Mo Salah leaving, because Mo Salah, the way it seems, he will be leaving. That here and Van Dijk could also leave, but Mo Salah could be leaving. So would you, as it is right now, take anyone from Nottingham Forest? And a lot of Chelsea fans have been having a frenzy. We want Odoi, Hudson-Odoi. They say, why did we sell Hudson-Odoi? We all know why he was sold. He was sent on loan to Bayer Leverkusen, and via his own admission, he wasn't that great. He didn't have such a great time. He didn't play very well there. So it's clear why he was sold, but he's done so well for himself. So as a Chelsea fan, would you want Hudson-Odoi? As a Manchester United fan, would you take Elanga back? Would you take him back, or you rather go out and sign some other a winger or right wing back? And since you've missed out on Giovanni Quineda, would you go back to Elanga? The devil and whatnot. So maybe you go and you sign Thomas Elanga. So what are your thoughts on that one? Now, Manchester City fans, I want to ask this question. This may seem like I'm being blasphemous, but would you be open to letting Erling Haaland go this summer? Would you be open to letting him go? He's not been bad. He's been very good, but would you be open to letting him go? But so I just want to. These are the games the way I've seen it, the way I've saw it. So what are your thoughts on the games overall? And Chelsea fans, do you think Chelsea Enzo Maresca has enough to get all 3 points against Arsenal, or you be happy like me, take a point and make like bandit and run away, run away back to Stamford Bridge with 1 point, but you have 50 points on the board, and then you go on to the next game. So let me know what you think about that. And then, so at this point, I've come to the end of this video. Tell me if you like this sort of videos, type of reaction videos, the first live update one. Let me know if you like that sort of video. If you like sort of post-match reaction as well, let me know if you like it as well. And pay attention. Tomorrow there'll be a video where I interview a Nigerian talent that just moved to the Belgian club. Have that interview with the player, and that video will be on here. I think it will be on here before the Chelsea Arsenal game. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel for that one. So while you're here, please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you're notified each time a video comes on the channel, whether it's a live one such as this one or a pre-recorded video like the video that will be coming up tomorrow. And so thank you for your support and everything. Share this video if you want to. Share it to people who you think will love this kind of content.